Hello everybody, Ian Robson here, and welcome to another edition of Westbridge Hills. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. First of all, let me just hop into my little pickup here. Vehicle Switcher mod has now been released. Awesome! This is probably one of my favorite mods of all, well, maybe not favorite mods of all time, but it's one of my favorites, let's say that. And it's really nice because you can just switch to the tractor in a group you want. So if I want to go to my case, or any of my harvesters, I have it set up in a specific way that allows me to just jump to those ones specifically. So similar to the fast switcher mod that we had before, except the only difference is here, you can put them into groups. So I tend to put my harvesters all in the same group. I tend to put my runners in the same group, like this guy and the other T8 are in the same group, for example. I put the two small New Hollands in a group, so stuff like that. And you can also adjust the keys, which I thought was really cool. And it's not like difficult to do either. I thought you have to go into like the XML and adjust things. No. Oops. You can seriously just go into the controls feature of the game itself and do it from there. I was really surprised that it was that easy. I thought you'd have to do a lot more, but it's super easy. Which I was really pleased about, actually, because normally when you have to change a key of some sort, it's annoying, but this game it's really easy to do. So instead of it being, normally the key to bring up your menu like this is control, but control is the same button they use for the GPS mod, so I shifted it to the shift key, so now it's like shift to bring up the menu, and then shift, and if I want to go to a specific number or specific vehicle, I would press shift 2 if they're in group 2, or shift 3 if they're in group 3, etc, etc. But that's how I have mine set up, and you can adjust it really easily actually in the controls feature in the option. I don't think I can set it up. No, not from here. No, I thought you could set it up from here, but you can't, so oh well. Anyways, we got this corn harvest going on. As you can see, I already started on it. Just messing around last night a little bit, and I started the corn harvest, and I already harvested that little small field there for the time being, so it's making my life a lot easier. No, not making my life a lot easier, but we have done part of it already, let's just say that. One of the things we are going to have to do, I think, I get the feeling we're going to need another combine soon, actually. As you can see, I put the mirrors back on, just testing it with the mirrors. And also, you notice all my vehicles are clean. It's because I turned the dirt off, just to see if there's something specific that actually changes whether or not performance. As I mentioned last episode, I was kind of messing around with trying some different things to see how the performance would change based on specific things, and one of the things I tested was taking the mirrors off. Now I'm testing with the dirt off to see if it makes a difference or not. So is that full? I guess it's full. Alright, let's move that truck then. So yeah, that's what I've kind of been messing around with right at the moment. So I'm just seeing what's what, and if I can, just improve performance a little bit. I gotta remember to take these corners slower. Just see if I can improve performance in general, or to see if it's something specific that's causing any type of performance issues. It's strange though. It's primarily with recording though. Like when I play by myself, it's not a big problem. See that power slide? It's not a big problem. Productivity. Why are they so low in productivity? They don't have any mixed rations? Okay. Guess we'll need to take care of our vashes. Which are cows, of course. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I've been kind of messing around with right now. So if you're wondering why all the vehicles are so neat and clean, that's the reason why. Because I'm taking the dirt off. If you have it set to medium, I have mine set to high settings at the moment. And if you have it set to high, you can adjust whether you want the dirt on or off, whether you want the mirrors on or off. You have a couple options, so. Oh, look at that. I got some grass in here already. It's funny, someone said I should use I should use straw as a filler because silage is expensive. And it's true. They definitely have me on that one. I really should be using straw. The only problem I end up finding is if I use straw, it's just more bale handling. It just slows down the process a little bit. Silage is relatively easy to make, so that's probably the reason why I just use silage instead. It's funny, if this were like an actual silage pit, the way it would work is you probably scrape like a side of it off. I can use this and go down. But in this game it doesn't make a difference, so you can do whatever you like. You can be in the middle of the pile and drop it off, but I don't know. But in real life you'd probably just take chunks of it. So the reason why you can adjust, where is it? That little part right there, so you can take a different section or adjust it a little bit when you are taking silage from a silage bunker. This guy's full again. This is always the problem with corn. Corn, you just end up filling up extremely quickly all of the time. Am I going to be able to make this turn? No. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll set this guy down here, like so, and let him unload, and then while he's doing that, I'll grab this guy and move him back. But, yeah, that's one of the things I'm just messing around with at the moment to see if it has any effect at all, if any. It doesn't seem to. It's strange, I don't know, I think it was in 2013. I remember TCGG Rob saying something about the longer he plays on a map, the worse his frame rate gets. I don't know if that's the case in this one too. I haven't seen that as of yet, so I think it just depends on like what you're doing or what's going on in the map, I guess. Some maps are better than other ones, I suppose. And this is a relatively large map, so that's probably part of the reason why. Well, the more you got going on the map at the same time, the more problems you run into. But it's all a question of... That's about the middle there. It's all a question of how things are going to work out. I don't know. That's my opinion, at least. But I think this game is kind of making me realize I probably should upgrade my video card at some point. So I think that'll be the next thing. I know Black Friday's coming up, and then by this time this goes live, Black Friday will have been and gone, I guess. Because I think this is going to go up in December, I want to say, but it's November still, so anyways. So I'll have to have a look out for video cards to see what's out there. I know a couple people will give me some good suggestions in terms of what cards would work really well and what websites to check out. So we'll see. Also, I was watching Stocko Galaz the other day, and one of the cool features you can do with YouTube I discovered not too long ago was the fact that you can adjust the speed of the video, so you can increase the speed to watch it faster, obviously, or decrease the speed to watch it slower. And I was just fiddling around with that while I was watching Stocko Galaz, and one of the really funny things is I ended up slowing it down to half time. So obviously he was talking slower, as if it was in slow motion, and I could not stop laughing because the way he sounds normally is, you know, he's an English guy, or yeah, I think he's English, from Gloucester, and he has a particular accent. And when I decided to decrease the speed at which he was talking, it made it sound like he was, you know, either really tired or something along those lines, and it made me laugh so hard. And he was saying some of the things he was saying. Like one thing I remember he said barley, 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 just like that. So when I slowed it down, it was like barley, barley, barley. It was really, really funny. I don't do it justice, I don't think, but it made me laugh quite a bit. I had a good time. But I guess it really depends on the person. Some people probably sound funnier when it is sped up, and other people probably don't. Let's move this guy out of the way here. as you can see, I already fertilized this field. It's ready to be planted now. I could plant it right now, but I'm just preparing the fields at the moment. Let's get actually on the road, shall we? That's what I was messing around with. I randomly discovered that the other day. I was like, I knew you could speed up, but I forgot about the slowing down part of the video, so I just decided to randomly try it while I was watching Stalking the Laws, and I did laugh because of it. Alright, so one of the things I was thinking about doing is getting another combine. So if you look at our fields, right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 technically, but that would be our corn forage, or that would be for corn silage, I should say. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we don't technically need another combine, but we're getting awfully close to the time where we will want another combine, that's for sure. Have we already cultivated this? I think so. Oh, maybe we haven't. Okay. Let's look at this guy started on that. Yeah, so we're looking at our combine. I'm thinking I may get the New Holland combine just because I've never used it. Although I can't imagine it's crazy different from the case combine we already have. But we shall see. So in light of that, let's hop into this guy right here. Let's just take a quick run over to the mission board, and we'll see if there's any missions available, because we have all the necessary grains to drop off pretty much any grain mission that could potentially be there. So we shall see if we can fulfill one of these missions. Alright, let's see what we got here. Corn to the restaurant. Oh, that's... Oh, well, no more corn to the restaurant. How many tons? 30 tons. Canola to the warehouse. You can do that. This guy's full, so let's move this guy into place again. So this is the funny part. Like, especially with corn, it seems like you're constantly having to babysit your combines, which is fine. So what we'll do is we'll take this guy and go drop off this corn, and then we'll go grab some canola. It's only 30 tons. So what I've been kind of doing is kind of being a bit sneaky and only taking in as much as I needed and not more than that. For whatever reason. So it's kind of like allowed us to save a little bit. So we still have lots though. It's allowed me to save a little bit of our grains, I guess is what I'm going for. And by saving a little bit of our grains, it's kind of, should there be another mission in the future, it allows us to, of course, accept that mission too, thereby making more money. Alright, so we need canola. There we go. Seen a couple new maps come out not too long ago. Actually, there's something else I want to show you. Where's let's grab this guy real quick. So you remember the bale feeding mod that I had that people liked? There was a new version released yesterday. Yeah, I guess it would be yesterday. And he changed the way it works slightly. I just want to show you the way it works now. It's a bit different. There we go. Let's lift that up, tilt that back. Let's just lower that down. There we go. Perfect. I'm just going to back up over here. And he changed it slightly. Why it did that. You changed it slightly. So before, what would happen is you would just basically drive over to the feeding area, and the bales would just, you know, automatically get put into the system. As you can see, it's changed a little bit now. Get off there. It's changed a little bit now, so now they don't automatically just go to there. And I believe, so see how you have to spread the bale, and I don't know how to, I don't think he said how to spread the bale. What button is it? There we go. So you have to like manually spread the bale, and then once it's 100% spread, then it disappears. So it's kind of like, essentially, it's more realistic in the sense that you have to go and spread the straw, where before just like it magically got spread by itself. So that's kind of a cool little addition. I think Caravera76 might like that addition. Oh, by the time he sees this, he will already know about it, because it will have been out for a while. But I thought that was one of the really cool changes that I discovered about that. Where am I going here? Although I actually found out about that before the mod was actually released. Here's a little tip: if you want to like be on top of what mods come out when, or what are new additions to mods, check out their YouTube channel sometimes. Because I discovered that Upside Down was the guy who made the feeding mod. He actually released a video before the mod was actually released. I guess it was going through the approval process on Mod Hoster or something like that. So I actually knew about that feature before it actually came out, which is really cool. Let's get 31. There we go. And it's to the warehouse, and I'm assuming this guy's going to be full. Yes, on the wrong side, of course. We'll just drive through the crowd this time. I don't like doing this normally, but it's funny. Right now, because I have the option not to do it, I'm trying not to. But normally I don't care with courseplay. Go figure, right? Just one of those things. Alright, time for a sip of coffee. Nothing like morning coffee. So good. Alright. Let him unload completely, or else he'll get stuck halfway down the field again. I wonder how they mitigate this in real life. I suppose they would unload. I suppose they would back up or something. I don't know. I'll have to watch one of these days. Alright, so let's grab this guy and head up to the restaurant or warehouse. So as you're aware, you do get you get a hefty bonus for dropping grains off. And changes depending on how much grain. Like this is 30 tons they want, so it might be a lot because I'm just giving to them like as soon as they ask for it, basically. Whereas if I had to grow it, the bonus wouldn't be as high, but still fairly high. I don't know if it'll be interesting to see whether they adjust it or not in the upcoming patch, which apparently is going to include tires, dualies for the vehicles. It's on the main website now. At the time of recording, which is November 20th, I guess it is today. At the time of recording, they have that, but they don't have. It's not in the game, obviously. So we'll see what happens to that. It may. Oh, that's where you buy saplings. That's why there's that little thing there. I was like, why is there that? I don't know. I haven't done much logging. It doesn't excite me that much, I've discovered. I don't mind messing around. Like I said before, like if there's a tree in my way, I'll definitely take the tree out. But if there's nothing, there's no particular reason to do it, then I won't. Alright, so here we go. 30 tons. We got 31 just to be on the safe side. And we shall see what kind of bonus we get. There you go, 177,000. So $4,000 for completing the mission, and then 177 for completing or getting a time bonus at least. So there you go. That's how you make tons of money in this game. I don't know. I like it. Just as a little influx of cash instead of taking I could take longer to get things, but it wouldn't be nearly as exciting. Actually, I can probably buy a field now too. Another field. Field 18. I highly doubt I'll be able to afford Field 18. Let's just check. So, with another mod by Upside Down, Field 18. Field 18 is 549,000, so we don't have quite enough money for that. Not far off, mind you, though. That field is enormous. Maybe we will. I don't know. We could buy the field. Like, I could easily sell like another load of canola and make enough money to buy the field, or I could buy Another combine. Or... not sure. Ooh, why is that up? So, yeah, that's another mod by Upside Down that allows you to buy fields. I think it's just called Field Com or something like that. I don't know. It's basically like the old... excuse me. It's basically like the old Bank of Hagestad, essentially, without the borrowing aspect. But it has a field management aspect. So you can buy fields straight from there or not. Which is nice. So here are a couple comments from the previous episode. We got one saying... what's his name? Ivilo? Ivanla? I'm not sure. Anyways, he asks, why don't I do a multiplayer with R.D. Allen? Or Randy? I don't know. We could do that, I suppose. I don't know what his schedule's like. I'm not even sure what time zone he's in. Can't remember. It's a possibility. Like, he definitely has a multiplayer server now, so it's not out of the question completely. Although I did watch his last multiplayer episode, and I saw he had a little bit of an interesting time on there. With people planting stuff they probably shouldn't have been planting. Also, I popped on there not too long ago just to check out the server and whatnot. But I logged in and I kind of watched what people were doing for a second, then I logged out really quickly. I'm like, nope. And it's only because people were being silly, essentially. And I am not really that much of a silly person when it comes to farming, at least. I guess I would consider myself a serious farmer. I don't know. Anyways, people were doing silly stuff like planting grass in the middle of the field and stuff like that, so it was not cool. And when he recorded his multiplayer episode, the same thing happened, and he wasn't very pleased about it either. So I think him and I are on the same wavelength in terms of the way people should act, I suppose. Cossie says the arm in the hay baler is the needle that puts the twine up so it can knot. Indeed it is. Actually, somebody linked a video for a person, his YouTube channel's named is Elderly Iron. And it's kind of an interesting little channel, actually, because he does stuff like, what does he do? Well, the one, I haven't watched all of his videos, but I watched a couple of his videos, and the one I watched was Hayfield Folly. And basically he uses like older equipment to cut hay and bale it and stuff like that. It was kind of interesting to see how he went about doing it, because while it's not like far from what it's like now, it is far from what it's like now. Like the principles he was putting in place, like in terms of drying the hay and whatnot, and like making it into windrows, is still the same principle, except the amount of volume you put through a new tractor versus what he was able to put through his old Massey Ferguson, I think it was, is night and day. Or International, maybe? I can't remember. It's like night and day. So, we have the money. Let's just see what options we have available to us, because we could easily... Oh, actually, we can't. So that's 430,000. Does it have a bigger capacity? Oh, it has 2,000 liters of more capacity, but the header is the same size. That's it. Why? I don't understand. Like, I guess if people really want the extra capacity, I suppose that's the reason why you'd want that. Because, again, if I look at this, I'm like, I already have one of these, and I could switch the headers between them now. So I don't know why I wouldn't get one of these. So let's do that. Let's get another case. It's annoying. It's funny. It just, in terms of, like, from a financial standpoint, it makes no sense to get this for extra 2,000 liters, but almost, what is that, $50,000 more? I get 2,000 liters, and everything else is the same. Doesn't seem like it's worth it. And I bet you, like, these are the same. These are practically the same, just with a slightly different one. And I think the reason why everyone's using this is because it's the new one on the block. But I don't care. I'm going to go for another case. Besides, we'll have a case army, so to speak. So we have that case combine, we have a new case combine. Actually, now that we have another case combine, what we can do is, let's just reset that guy. Really reset it? Yes, really reset it. And then, can I actually just pop? Let's, harvesters. That's the one in the field, that's the one there. There we go. So now, what I'm going to do, so if I want to put this guy in a group, so he's unassigned at the moment, I would put him in group 2, like so. And now he's in group 2. But the other cool thing about this is I have a header sitting over here not being used, so I can totally put it to use now. At some point, excuse me, at some point I will need to, of course, buy another header. So we can have either 2 corn headers or two grain headers. But for now, doing it like this is going to work just fine. Alright, let's get this guy rolling here. It's funny, I was watching TCGG Rob the other day, and I guess he was really tired. Here we go. I guess he was really tired, because what happened was he was plowing a field on his Bjorn home map, and I guess what happened is he got... Let's turn this off. I guess he was really tired, because what happened was he started plowing and then he just went silent for like 5... It didn't seem like 5 minutes, but it was a while. Made me laugh. I do that sometimes too, when I'm just like harvesting or doing something, I don't realize it. I stop talking for a little bit and I'm like, huh, maybe I should say something again. Anyways. Alright folks, I think we'll end it there for the time being. We're getting close to the 30-minute marks. I think we'll stop it there. Next episode, I think we'll start harvesting this field right here, the new one. And we'll go from there. So that's it for today, folks. My name's Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2015, coming at you from Westbridge Hills. Catch you guys later.